What you saying, people? Back with a bang. This is the money management. So recently I read an interesting statistic, and at the same time it was quite shocking to me. And that is the fact that only 1 in 3 Americans have a savings of $1,000. So that means that if there's an emergency and it's going to be costly, let's say more than $1,000, then only 1 in 3 people will be able to pay for that without having to borrow money or finding a way to get money to sort that mess out. Now, this is quite a tough situation to be in because a third of the population has $1,000 in savings, the rest does not. And if you think about it, $1,000 is not a lot. Maybe 10, 15 years ago when you were kids, it was a lot. But being a grown-up, $1,000 is not a lot at all. So I think obviously the problem here is people are having struggles when it comes to saving money and they're having trouble saving money. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys 5 different ways to save money quickly. And hopefully you guys use these ways to at least benefit yourselves and help yourselves out if you are struggling to save money. So from what I read, in the last 30 years or so, this has been a widespread problem across America. People are just struggling to save money. And again, like I said, if you use these 5 ways to save money, they'll probably benefit you, and they're just small tips that you can use to benefit yourself and hopefully cover any emergencies you may have in the future. So number 1, analyze your cost in time. So this means if you earn $500 a week and you want to, let's say buy a pair of $500 shoes. You look at those shoes, you're about to buy them online, think to yourself, how much time did it cost me to get these shoes? Now, if you're earning passive income from 6 different sources, then maybe, those shoes won't cost a lot of your time. But if you're working a 9 to 5 and you don't really have any, other sources of income, and you're about to pay $500 for a pair of shoes, technically that cost you a week's worth of work. Now, think back to yourself. Is a week's worth of work better than having these shoes? Or is it better to have these shoes and, go and work another week of work? Now, let's be honest, it's a lot easier to buy those shoes and, enjoy them and show off to people. But what is better for you? Obviously, not buying those shoes and not having to work more hours, more days, just to cover the cost of those shoes. So please analyze your cost and time when it comes to buying anything. Like I said, if you're someone who's, you're invested in real estate, you've got stocks, you've got a 9 to 5, you've got multiple sources of income, you've got your own business, and you're about to buy a $20 t-shirt, and your money is coming in, you're bringing in $500 a day, obviously, when you look at your cost and time, it's worth it. Then you go ahead and you buy that t-shirt. So always analyze your cost and time when it comes to buying anything. 2, delay your gratification. This means delaying your purchase, waiting for 24 hours before you buy something. A lot of the time, we're excited, we're happy, we see something, we got the dopamine effect coming into our brains. We're like, okay, I'm gonna buy this today, oh, this looks really nice, this just came out, I'm gonna get this. We make spontaneous decisions. That's all a part of human nature. I've done it before, you've done it before, that's all a part of it. But if you want to learn how to save money, learn how to delay your gratification, delay your purchase. One thing I like to do for myself is just wait 24 hours. I wanna buy these shoes, I wanna buy this jacket, I wanna buy this shirt. All right, I'm gonna buy it, but let me wait 24 hours. You know what usually happens then? Either I forget about it, I don't wanna buy it anymore, I've seen something else for cheaper, I've, woken up and realized it's not, needed. So I'm saying to you, delay your purchase because it's gonna make the world of difference. You might not think it will, but just try it. Just wait 24 hours and see if it makes a difference. I guarantee you, you're gonna come back and be happy you did that. 3, calculate the opportunity cost. So when I say the opportunity cost, I mean, if I spend this money here, what am I missing out on here? So, for example, let's go back to the $500 shoes. You buy those $500 shoes, but if you don't buy them, you've got $500, and guess what? You've seen Tesla that was up to $900 this week, dipped to $450. And you think to yourself now, is it now the time to get in? I wanted to get in at $450. All right, let me buy in Tesla now because, I've done my research and within the next year, the stock will probably be up at least 12%. So that $450 will be worth a lot more in a year. That's how money works. That's how you get richer. So, like I said, see what you're missing out on. Calculate the opportunity cost. Let's say you have $5,000. Let's say you worked, a few months, you got $5,000 gathered up. You want to buy this quite cool car. It's nothing fancy, but you just want to buy this car. Think to yourself, actually, next year if I spend this money now on this, next year it's going to be worth this. Or if I spend this money now on stocks, it's going to bring me back this as a return. If there's an investment opportunity, a business opportunity, and I spend my money on that, it could multiply back to me within a few months, within a few years. Think about what you're missing out on. It's always more beneficial to keep your money and put it into something which is going to help your money grow. Now, it doesn't always have to be something that makes your money grow. Sometimes it can be maybe, oh, I saved $1,000 here. Instead of buying these nice shoes, instead of buying this jacket, these jeans, I go on a holiday in 6 months, with my friends or whatever it could be. So it doesn't always have to be saving money to invest, but just identify the opportunity cost. For me, traveling experiences is a lot more beneficial, it's a lot more important than just materials like clothes, like shoes, like watches, those kind of things. So make sure you calculate your opportunity cost. It will help you save a lot of money. 4, analyze, is it really worth it? Now, this is different to identifying the opportunity cost. This is different to, seeing what you're missing out on, delaying your gratification. This is just identifying, is this really worth it? So that comes to anything. You want to buy a new phone. Is it really worth it? Or is it the hype that's, being built around it by people, by companies? You want to buy a new watch. Is it just, the fact that rappers have these watches on, looks nice? Is it really worth it? Is what you're buying now really beneficial to you? Do you need it? That's what I mean. Do you actually need that? A lot of the times, again, we listen to people, we listen to noises, we see social media, people that we don't even like. We're trying to impress them. Why? Is it worth it? You're spending your money, your hard-earned money, trying to impress people who don't care about you. You're spending your hard-earned money on things you're not going to need in 6 months. You're spending your hard-earned money on things which after 2 months, you're going to stop using. On things which, will be done in a night. If you go to the clubs, if you go and get a nice table at VIP section, within, 3-4 hours, that's done. Your money's gone. And if you can't afford it, well, yeah, you had a nice experience, but it was a 4-hour experience. It wasn't like a week holiday or seeing new sights. It was a 4-hour experience doing something which you probably didn't even, want to do, which probably is never gonna, have any kind of benefit on your life. Think about what's actually worth it, what's actually gonna be beneficial to you, what you actually want to do. Now, if you spent 3 years dreaming about going to a specific club in New York City, on a Friday night and partying with this person or that person, sure, go ahead. But those of you who just want to, spend money just to spend money, just to say you bought this, just to say you did this, just because other people have done it or other people are influencing you, don't do it. You need to save your money. If you don't have $1,000 to your name, you shouldn't be spending $100 in a night. You should not be spending, $200 going out, clubbing, partying. You shouldn't be spending $50 on a nice steak. You shouldn't be, eating out 3-4 times a week. Think about your purchases. Like, let it process through your brain. Is it actually really worth it? Do you really want this? That's what I've learned to do. When I see nice things, I'm like, oh, people are talking about this. This is hot right now. I think to myself, do I really want it? How many times in the past have you bought something which wasn't even needed? How many times in the past have you bought something which you didn't even want? How many times in the past have you bought something which you've been influenced to buy? Skip that, and trust me, you're going to save a lot more money. You're going to be someone who has $1,000 to their name in savings. So the 5th and final way I'm going to give you guys. Well, this option, I want this to be your last resort, your very last resort. Why? Because if you really can't spend enough time to do the other 4 things, you can't save your money doing the other 4 ways, then I want this to be your very last resort. And that is make more money. Now, the reason I said this is your 5th and final resort, and the reason I said it's different to the other 4 is because, it's not really a tip to help you save money, but effectively in the long run, it does help you save money, as long as your cost of expenses doesn't go up. Now, like I said, it's difficult to tell someone to make more money because, again, that's not really a tip to help you save money. But at the same time, if you really are struggling to use any of those other 4 ways, then you have to make more money. You don't have any choice. If you're making 40K per year and you're ending up spending, 39K per year, you really can't change anything. You really can't get those costs of, living down. You can't get those expenses down. You've got to make more money. And when I say make more money, I recommend you do that not by, increasing your hours of working, not by, getting a second job and, continuously working for your hours. There comes a time where you have to stop exchanging time for money and you need to start building multiple sources of income, building various sources of income, whether that's side hustles, whether that's learning a skill, whether that's developing something, increasing your output, You have to. You have to make more money by starting to do something which doesn't involve you solely using your time to make that money. There are only 24 hours in a day. There are only so many hours in a day. So there comes a time where you have to start looking at a results-based income. You have to start looking at, income where it's not up to you to be there to make it function. A scalable, results-based form of income is a lot better. That can mean trading stocks, to be honest. That can mean, starting your own business. That can be doing different things which bring in money without you being there. So if for you, for example, if you do affiliate marketing, it can be that. If you're doing, if you're involved in sales, you can use that as well. As you guys know, I have a watch business. Best thing is, this morning, I got 2 sales before I even woke up. That's a way of increasing your income. Look, it's not even 11 yet, and I've already made money. So my point being is, if you don't have a form of income where you don't have to be there, you need to get one. If you're okay with not having one, you need to save money in one of the other ways I gave you. But just not having $1,000 to your name, I'd say after the age of 21 max, between 18 and 21 is, kind of more difficult to, point out. But after 21, you have to have at least $1,000 to your name. Quite frankly, it's ridiculous if you don't. Now, of course, it's not easy to have that, but it's definitely possible. The way I just told you, you gotta save money. If someone who goes out to eat, stop, going out to eat. Cut down those costs. If you're someone who makes daily trips to Starbucks, go and get a coffee machine. Learn how to make your coffee. Things like learning to cook, getting a rice cooker, those things are helpful. Don't impulse buy. Don't do what feels good. Do what's best for you. Do what's going to benefit you in the future. So hopefully you guys take those ways into account. You use them to save money this year because, quite frankly, like I said, you don't have $1,000 to your name. You need to make a change. You need to make something happen. You need to do something different. Whether that's making more money or cutting your cost of living, you need to make something happen. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff as always. Share it with a friend or two who needs help saving money. But that's it for today's video, guys. Make sure you guys check out Time Gear Watches. Links in the description below. I've got money to making. You've got money to be saving. See you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.